What's up, YouTube? I'm back again with another video. So on our this week's episode, we are going to look at EURUSD, BTCUSD, XAUUSD, USOIL, and US100. So that is on our watch list this week. So first off, we're going to start with EURUSD. As you can see, I had some marking going on, but on the 1 hour we can see there's some rejection just on the resistance line that I drew on the 1 hour, and then we have our highest point for the day at around this point. So now we have a rejection happening around this resistance line. So, and then we have a support line. We can mark it from this area whereby we had a break of structure happening from, as you can see, there was that move that originated from that point whereby we had a break of structure happening. So maybe EURUSD is headed back to retest the zone whereby we had a break of structure happening. So right now, just from the glimpse of it, you can already see I am looking for short positions towards to retest our zone whereby we had a break of structure. But of course, we can have our stop loss slightly above the zone like this. So just from the glimpse of that, EURUSD, I'm looking for sells. If you know how to use Fibonacci tools, you can draw your Fibonacci from the most recent high to the most recent low, like this, and then you can already see there is some rejection from level 0.618 and level 0.78. But then if you might want to adjust it to the most lowest point, and then you can see there's some rejection from level 0.618 and a doji forming bearish engulfing pattern, giving us some sort of evening star. So we are having a drop all the way to our recent low, which becomes our support. So on EURUSD, I think if you go further to 30 minutes, you can already see there is some break, retest, some doji formation, then bearish engulfing. So we have a push. We're expecting a push all the way to our nearest support level, which is this level right here. So on EURUSD, I'm opening some short positions right now. Yeah, and then of course our stop loss, we reduce it a little bit to above the resistance line like this. So that's it on EURUSD. Yeah, that's it on EURUSD. So now let's go to our next pair, which is gold. Yeah, right here. So on the gold chart, we can start from 4 hours, and we can see that gold has been on a rally for a long time, since the better part of last week. And then this week we might also have the rally continuing, since we have the last 4-hour candle closed with a bullish momentum, giving us something like a break and retest of this previous zone. So we can start by marking our key levels, but then just from that bullish candle that we've seen on 4 hours, then it means we might want to lean more on the buy side than the sells on gold. So let's start off by marking our key resistance and support lines that we might need soon. That is our support, and those two lines will act as our dynamic support, and then we can have some sort of a zone whereby we had a retest happening and then candle close above the zone. So most definitely we are going to continue buying gold for the opening of the week, maybe today and a few days from today. So if you go to 1 hour, you can already see there was some retest towards the zone. In the morning, if you are up at around 7 or 8 in the morning, then we were able to catch this move I did send this trade to my Telegram community, so if you're not there, you can check the link in the description to join our Telegram channel. Let's just change this to UTC +3, which is the local time in Nairobi, so that we can see the exact times for the candle close. Then we did take our buy position at around this time in the morning. Then we took our buys here, and then I was targeting about 200 pips, which came by so fast. At around 10 we had already hit our target, but we had people holding it all the way to give them 300 pips, but my target for the morning was about 200, and we already did that. You can check in our Telegram channel. And then just from this doji and then bullish engulfing pattern, we had this push all the way up. So that is how I was able to catch 200 pips from just simple break and retest of the market structure. So now on gold, I'm still expecting bullish momentum to continue, but now you cannot add some buy positions because it's a bit too late. You cannot buy in the middle of nowhere. Either we have to wait for it to get back to this level, whereby we had a break of structure occurring from, so we had it occurring from that point. So maybe we wait for a drop towards the zone, then we take our buy positions from here all the way up to just somewhere, depending on your risk appetite. So we might want to wait for price to get to the zone. We cannot buy in the middle of nowhere. We have to wait for it to get to at least a key level whereby we want to take a trade. For instance, on our case this, so we can have something like this happening, then clear confirmation for a buy trade like that. Yeah. Alternatively, we can have a drop and then a candle close below the zone, and that means we will have sales happening. So we have to be prepared for the two scenarios, but our most probable direction for gold is still a buy. Then if you go to 15 minutes, you can already see some reversal pattern occurring, like a rising wedge, something like this happening. So if you are, we call it, if you are an aggressive trader, then you can enter your sales and then have the drop all the way down to the lowest point and stop loss slightly above the chart pattern. But then that is more risky because you do not know what will happen next, since we are almost in the middle of nowhere. And then the candlestick patterns do not, they give you more information than the chart pattern, so we might want to relax a bit and wait for it to get to our zone before we make a decision on that. So that is it on gold. Then let's look at US oil. And then on oil, we do not have very clear patterns, but just from the glimpse, you can already see it's in an uptrend, it's pushing up. So we might want to go to, we had this level whereby we are expecting some sort of retest, but it's somehow breaking above that resistance line. So we might want to go to, first of all, mark our key levels, like our resistance line. So the next one is at this point, and then the final one that we might need soon is at also this point. So now for us to see clearly what is happening, we have our support, and then we can go down to a bit slower time frame so that we can see what is clearly happening, maybe 30. And then when you go to 30, we can already see it's moving in a series of higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. So we had a break above the resistance line and then a full body close above the line. So that means our momentum is bullish and we can take our buy trades around this point. So I'm opening one right now, one standard lot, and of course our stop loss below the candle like this, giving us a risk to reward of 1:3 or 1:2 point something. Yeah, thereabout, which is not so bad. So on US 30 minutes time frame, we are looking for scalps all the way to the upside. Alternatively, if you know how to read the market structure, then you know an uptrend moves in a series of higher highs and higher lows like this. So that is what is currently happening. Correction, impulse, correction, impulse. So maybe we have a correction to this support line, and then we have a push all the way to the upside. So on US 100, it's a buy. And then now on our final analysis on NASDAQ or US 100, this is what we have. We have a rally, and then currently we are somehow stuck in the middle of nowhere. So we can just mark our key levels and wait for price to get to either of them like this. But let's start by marking our resistance line and support. Yeah, and then our support line somewhere below. So currently we are in the middle, and when we're in the middle, most of the time we do not take our trades. So that is some sort of just consolidation happening. Mostly after consolidation, we normally have a price continuation. So we might have a push all the way to the upside, and then our stop loss below the consolidation or below the zone if you are an aggressive trader. So right now on 1 hour, you can scalp some buys. Like I think I'm also going to open one position just to hold it all the way up, but with a minimal risk of 40 pips to make maybe 123. A risk to reward of 1:3, which is not so good, but it's not bad. Our ideal take profit should be at this point. So you can take your buy positions from there. So that is it for the pairs we have on our watch list this week. Thank you so much for watching. Please take a minute to subscribe, share, like this video. Then you can contact me with my contact details in the description for more and more analysis and one-on-one mentorship. Also, there is a link for opening a trading account from my recommended broker in the description. Cheers, and I wish you guys the best in this upcoming week.